Hello, Daphne here with a video titled Some of My Favorite Pictures, and there have been so many, but these are just a few, and I'll be presenting more at a later date, I'm sure. But anyway, this was taken in Wyoming at Blue Miner Lake, and it doesn't look like it, but we were up very, very high above that lake. And I just love the perspective of this dog looking down into the body of water below, and he looks so big and the lake looks so small, but in reality it was exactly the opposite. Oh, that one's too small, but that's me with an owl. Oh my God, that was the cutest little owl. I just love that little owl. That was at Dunrobin Castle in England. Here I am at a giraffe sanctuary in northern Kenya, and that was such a special time to be able to be up so close to these beautiful giraffes, and they were being protected by the people here, and that was a wonderful service they were doing, because believe it or not, giraffes are near the endangered species list, and gosh, it would be a real tragedy if we would lose that beautiful animal. Oh, this picture is so amazing. These little boys, I had just taken a picture of them, and they wanted to see the image. And look at the expressions on their face. Aren't they just precious? Oh, the kids around the world are just too adorable, and so many of them are so inquisitive. It's just a joy to be with them. And speaking about a joy of being with them, here are a couple of old Chinese men that are sitting, one smoking a really long pipe, the other one's holding a stick, and they invited me to come and sit with them, which I was delighted to do. But oh, they were darling. And look at that smile on that face of that man on the left. Precious, absolutely precious. Oh my, what a treat it was to see the Great Wall of China after so many years of hearing about it. Hard to believe that that thing was built so long ago. And I felt like it was such a pleasure to walk on those ancient cobblestones. And to see the wall continue as far as the eye could see was amazing. Anyway, it was a beautiful day we were there, and I like this picture a lot. Now here's another picture. I don't think these ladies in Bhutan had ever seen a camera before. Maybe they'd seen a camera, but they certainly hadn't seen a digital camera. And after I had my picture taken with them, they wanted to see what it looked like. And look at the expression on the center face of that lady in the middle. They were just darling. Oh my goodness, how I love meeting people overseas. That's one of the real joys of traveling. Here my husband and I are crossing the North Atlantic. We were on our way from New York to Southampton, England, and that was on the QE2. It was its last voyage across the North Atlantic before being put in the docks for good, being put away for good. Anyway, that was a special trip. In the middle of the ocean, we saw these whales doing their thing, and that was really a nice big surprise. We were just having lunch, and there they were, all of a sudden spouting off. Amazing. This was in Botswana. That was an elephant trunk when we had the wonderful, amazingly incredible experience of walking with elephants. And this was a picture shot of me, of this elephant trunk coming up right up to my face. I guess he was trying to give me a kiss. I'm not sure. Now this you won't believe. Here we are on a savanna in the middle of nowhere, Africa. And the wonderful people at Baines Camp, which is an Abercrombie and Kent sanctuary camp, suggested that they roll our bed out onto the veranda to sleep at night. I have to tell you, I'm not usually a scaredy cat, but with all the lions roaming around the savannah, I thought, oh, I'm not so sure about that. But the last night we were there, we did sleep outside under the stars, and I am telling you, it was a magical experience. And I did hear lions in the distance roaring away, but they never came near us. And you can't tell in this picture, but this balcony that we're on was pretty high up off the ground. So anyway, that was our night under the stars, out in the middle of nowhere, Africa, on safari. Oh, what a treat this was. This is Liberton Kirk Liberton Kirk Church right outside Scotland. This is the 200-plus-year-old church where my great-grandparents were married. My father and his parents were the first first-generation immigrants to the United States. So I got the pleasure of walking down the aisle of this church where my great-grandparents had been married. And I have to admit, I felt their presence, and it really warmed my heart. What an amazing experience that was. Well, this was also an amazing experience. This was in Yala National Park in Sri Lanka, watching 2 leopards do their mating dance. By just pure chance, we got to see them. And that was incredible, because you can't just order up a mating dance to happen before your very eyes. It's just pure luck. So that was our lucky day, and it was a wild, wild experience to watch. So that's the end of a few of my very favorite pictures. I'll be bringing more of them to you in the very near future, but I hope you enjoyed these to begin with. So until next time, Daphne and her camera are saying goodbye.